Hello everyone, and it's me, Juan Gamer 54, back in the video. Today we are going to be reacting to Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 teaser. Now, yes, I know I'm a little late to the party, but I had a lot of projects that I've been working on the side. Projects that I hope I can get them out by the end of November or by year's end. But we're going to be reacting to Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 teaser. I'm very excited because, Chapter 5 is a lot of hype. Because it might be the last chapter of this franchise. So, without further ado, let's go. Alright, so here's the laboratories. Because that's where we were last time. Okay, much more in depth. I see a lot of red on the floor, dried red. And I see a yellow. Wait, hold on. Well, there's the prototype, but what's that stuff on the floor? It's Poppy! And I hear screaming. What the heck was that? Oh, number 5. Wishlist now on Steam and Epic Games Store. Ooh. Alright, so that was interesting to say the least. Like, I know this was a short video, but I kind of want to go through my thoughts on this. So we're just going to be taking things one step at a time. So let's go with what we had here in the beginning. Obviously, this is the labs. As we know, Chapter 4, we end up being in the labs and, Huggy Wuggy as well. So definitely, I realized that we didn't see no Huggy Wuggy in here, but I'm pretty sure they're just waiting for, like, the next trailer, a little bit high budget and stuff. But I'm very interested on this hallway because if you see down below, you see a giant red door. Now it's either that our task is to go to that red door, or we're like exiting out that door and we have to go down below because you do see there's some stuff in the way. So it's either we're trying to get to the door or we're exiting the door, is what I'm trying to say. Next we have is this area right here that we saw. Definitely we're in the lab, so this is like probably where they're doing some checkups and surgery as well. I say surgery because if we go to the next one, a part of me feels like these two rooms, the one that I just showed you and the one here, I feel like they're at the exact same room. I could be wrong, but it's what's giving me this type of feeling that it is. We can also see on the floor that there is, a hand, not a human hand, but like a hand that's very similar to that to Huggy Wuggies and Kissy Missies. So I'm wondering if this place right here, because we know at the end of chapter 1, Huggy, was cosplaying as Mufasa, but he lived apparently. So I'm wondering, how did Huggy lost his hand? Was it because of the fall, or did the prototype see Huggy, saved him, but also chopped off his hand as a sort of punishment for failing him? But we all know that Huggy is obedient, so he the prototype gave Huggy one more chance to, redeem himself by, finishing us off for good in the labs. I also can see like I also see some, yellow gloves right on the bed. Not the bed, but the operating table. So I feel like this is probably the place where, you know, Playtime Co. were doing the experiments of turning human into toys. Now, this shot right here, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going go crazy for, because if you see in the background, we see the shadow of the prototype, and it's looking like he's gonna be a big guy, like big, like beefy boy, you know, because Mob Entertainment just really loves when their enemies, their monsters, are giant than life. Huggy Wuggy, he was big, towering over us. Mommy Longlegs, towering over us. Catnap, Doughy the Dough Man when he transformed. Like it's pretty much clear that Mob Entertainment really love scary, tall foes as our opponents. So I had no. It's no surprise that they try to make the prototype like big, essentially. But I'm also wondering about this, this stuff on the floor. The bubbling orange, yellowish, almost like purplish type of goo. I want to say that this goo has to be like fire, like has an element of fire in there because of how much it's glowing up. I'm not sure if it's like magma or I don't know what it is, but I have a good idea that it's probably what's keeping the prototype together. Like maybe the prototype uses this substance to like meld all the other toys like Mommy Longlegs and Fedor into himself. And the more damage we inflict upon it, the more it's like going out. Again, I'm not exactly sure. It might be something else, but I have a feeling that this is coming from the prototype. In here we got the same sort of thing, so I'm not exactly sure if this goo over there on the walls, like it's the same thing or it's something similar. I'm not exactly sure. But I will take a note that we see right in front of us a Poppy cutout is getting burnt alive, along with sounds of screaming. Now I've actually said this in my third channel, Juan Extras. So if you want to check that out, I did a video about this, and it's in the description box below. You can go check it out. Uh, I talked about how could Chapter 5 be the place, or is Chapter 5 going to be the chapter where Poppy meets her demise? Because at the end of Chapter 4, Poppy was saying like she was acting all tough, saying that yeah, we beat you finally, prototype, and the prototype decided to say no, Unu reverse card, and Poppy's fight or flight instincts came in, and she just flee from the scene, abandoning us and Kissy, so the prototype can do whatever it wants with us. So I'm wondering if this is implying with Poppy being burnt alive. I'm wondering if this means that Poppy is going to be revealed that she got sent to the gulag off screen. And honestly, it will also brings the question like, if for some whatever reason we do hear Poppy's voice, would it be the actual Poppy or is it actually going to be the prototype using Poppy's voice? Now, yes, I know it kind of sounds dumb saying it because like chapter 4, it just revealed that the prototype was messing with us, pretending to be Ollie, our friend. So why would the prototype just mimic Poppy to just do it again? I don't know. I just feel like it could be, but like it could also not be. But like I can kind of see it like in chapter 5, maybe Poppy does survive, but also the prototype is using her voice, so it's going to be interesting. Like if Poppy says one thing, are we sure that's the Poppy that we know, or is it the prototype using her voice? We got one more thing to tackle, and then I'll let you guys go for today. It's this freeze frame right here because like it went by super fast, and I kid you not, it took me like 10 tries to get this right. But let's just read this quote, right? And it says, quote, "A needle pulls a thread, the body writhes in the table. Is this it? Is this life? Footsteps echo off the manor floors. What do I do now? Where do I belong? The eyes glued to the screen. Transformation and rebirth. You think you know what he wants. You don't know anything, not yet." Now, this is actually interesting because, let's just dissect this like a sixth grade English teacher, right? A needle pulls a thread, the body writes on the table. So, definitely, this is in relation to a toy basically getting turned from, human to toy. Is this it? Is this life? So something tells me that this is the first time this ever happens. And if you're guessing what I'm guessing, then good on you. All right? We're sharing the same brainwave right here. Because I do believe this is in relation with Poppy, like the first Poppy. Because it does say things like footsteps echo off the manor floors, and the only ever time we ever seen a manor of sort was in chapter 3 when, you know, we were briefly inside the manor of Elliot Lugwood, especially with transformation and rebirth. And we know that Elliot Lugwood endured a family tragedy. And that family tragedy, I am 100% convinced that has to be in relation to his daughter, who then becomes Poppy. And the final quote is, "You think you know what he wants, you don't know anything, not yet." And this is in terms of the prototype's goal, because like, what is the prototype doing? All we ever seen of the prototype up to this point was taking, toys for himself. He took Mommy Longlegs, he took Catnap, and I'm pretty sure he went on to go and capture what remains of Doughy. And it's very interesting. I mean, I'm not saying that he did take anything from Doughy, but for all we know, he could have, just off screen. But it's like, what is the prototype doing collecting all these toys? Is he trying to make a body? And if he is, what for? And what is his plans with Poppy? Honestly, it's just so much to know right now. Like, the prototype wants to make a body, and whatever his goal is so crucial to it that it's willing to dab up with Dr. Sawyer. And honestly, I trust Dr. Sawyer more than I trust William Afton, which isn't a lot because I 0% trust any of them. But it's like, if the prototype is willing to team up with someone like Sawyer, then the goal has to be something. So it had to be a body, but if it is a body, then for what? Honestly, there's just much to discuss about this, but I feel like those are videos for a separate day. But as you guys saw, you can wishlist Chapter 5 on Steam and Epic Games. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end the video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like the video so I know you guys enjoy, and comment down below what are your predictions for Chapter 5. Because honestly, it's going to be very interesting to see how Chapter 5 is going to end everything. And it really does sadden me because, like, dang, I feel like Poppy Playtime just came and went, essentially. And I also hope that Chapter 5, takes its much time as it needs in the oven. Don't rush it, just like with Chapter 4, because honestly, Chapter 4, whew, we can talk about Chapter 4 for like a minute or like more. But yeah, guys, this is JUAN Gamer 54 signing off.